Hey everyone, welcome back to Kimberly's coronavirus dress up updates. And today I decided I wanted to be kind of a emo goth guy. So here we go, trying to find interesting backgrounds. For these videos in my little house is getting difficult, so if you keep seeing the purple hallway, it's because it has fairly decent lighting and a non-troublesome background for this kind of video thing around the time that I tend to be taking them. I am visited by my dogs right now that are deciding that they would like to be in this video. So if they photobomb, then just ignore them. They're just trying to get attention. And yeah, so here we are, yet another day of staying home and doing nothing. And yeah, hopefully I can keep coming up with some good outfits and characters and hats for y'all, because at least it's keeping me occupied and creative. I've always wanted to be a hot new wave guy, so here we go. So I figured I would start. I think that I did a good job. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Anyway, I don't really have a whole heck of a lot to talk about today. I think one of the biggest, most important things for most of us right now is to take care of our finances. I know a lot of people do live paycheck to paycheck or very close to it. A lot of us are really starting to worry about where our money is going to be coming from and how our bills are going to get paid, considering that now, for me at least, this is going on week 3 of being home and unemployed with nothing coming in. And that's kind of a lot. You know, we're waiting on the stimulus to happen, and that will happen. But I know there's a lag time with that as well. And, you know, how do you live for weeks or a month without any money coming in? And certainly one of those things is I urge everyone right now to call every bill that you have and ask for an extension or deferment. Even if you plan to pay it, it's a good idea just to go ahead and do that and get that little bit of time. The second thing I would suggest for you to do, you know, I always try to recommend to people, even if you're a renter or you have a mortgage, one of the most important things to do is make sure you have a place to live. So I would say that's one of the bills I would try to pay if you can. If you can't, it is against the law for them to evict you at this time. So if you do get any kind of notification from your landlord about eviction and things like that, please save the receipts, save all of that correspondence so that you can confront them about that down the road, or if need be. I mean, just try to remember we're all in the same boat, and the chances of someone wanting to evict you when there's literally nobody else making any money who is going to rent your place is pretty low. So they can use their crappy scare tactics all they want, but you can't get blood from a stone. And if you don't have it, you don't have it. Just try to remember, though, that none of these places, as nice as they, hey, Jet, pretend to be to you, none of them are going to just forgive your debt. So after all of this is over, they will make payment plans with you, they will work with you, but you will still owe it. And that is scary. It's scary for me. I don't want to owe 2 months worth of bills that I'm going to have to spread out and pay all at once. It's not a cool situation. So I would recommend that you do use any money that you get to pay your bills and living expenses. Please keep your health insurance up to date, my American friends. Please, 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 if that's the only thing you do, please do that. If you need to, maybe it's a good time to look into Medicaid, or Medicare. Maybe it's definitely a good time to look into food stamps and SNAP. If you have not already done so, please at least look into unemployment insurance. They have expanded it now for a lot of different people in the gig economy, in the creative economy, and tipped workers. I have no idea when the federal expansion of that is going to kick in. I did receive my whopping $247 that the state of Louisiana believes a person can live off of. when they're unemployed. So I did get something, and I did was accepted, but the expansion of that is still something that I've had a hard time finding any information about. So if you have any information about it, please let me know. That would be great. Otherwise, I'll keep you posted if it kicks in, or if I hear anything, or if I research and find out anything. So please go ahead, y'all, everybody needs to go ahead and do that. I mean, whatever you can get right now, get that. Obviously cancel every single bill you have that is unnecessary. I know that you want to have 8 streaming services, but a lot of them are going free right now for this. So maybe just go ahead and cancel them and get them for free. If you have anything else that you pay for, any monthly bills, any monthly frivolous things, it's a great time to figure out what those are and cancel them so that you don't have any unexpected payments coming through your account. Also, write down every direct payment that you have, every payment that is direct debited out of your account. Please go ahead and write all those down, and write down where they're going, where they're coming from, and what date, so that you're not blindsided by money leaving your account that you think you have. Because really the most important things right now are food, healthcare, and obviously shelter. So get those things paid. If you need to use your credit cards right now, I think that that's a perfectly reasonable thing to do, even if it's just to get yourself through the month. And then, perhaps use your stimulus money once you get that to pay that down. I would hate for people needlessly to come out of this with a lot of additional high interest debt, because that is the worst kind of debt to have. So, make sure, figure out if you do have credit cards, which ones are your lowest interest cards, and use those, and maybe try to pay the balances down on the other ones, or do a consolidation credit card with interest free for, a year or something like that. So, there are some things that we can do to get through this. I'm not on any level a financial guru, but I am a person who has been fairly good with my money over the years and managed to keep myself out of debt and keep myself, a little bit ahead of the game for whatever it's worth. So that's my 2 cents anyway on what my practices are going to be going into this little bit of uncertainty. So if you have any questions about anything like that, or you have any questions about filling out and applying for unemployment or any of these things, please feel free to reach out to me, because I'm doing that, and I did that, and I do have a bit of advice, and I was successful. So I know it can be daunting, and these things are set up to trip you up. They're not set up to be easy and user friendly and intuitive. They're set up so that you get frustrated and decide, F it, and don't continue to apply. So don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged if you call and no one answers, or they hang up on you, or the connection's bad, or the website crashes. These are all, that's the way it works. You just got to keep at it. Apply maybe online in the middle of the night if you can, if you're up when nobody else is online. So yeah, that's it for my little financial talk with Kimberly. Thank you for listening, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.